All right. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Wakakadash. Honor to those that I've learned from. You know, those men is constantly pushing out this word on the highways and byways. And of course, those men that are constantly putting up those videos, for edification. Definitely, we see the bodies being edified. There's people, more and more people speaking about this truth. More and more people getting serious about this truth. Double honors to their teachers, the apostles of Israel, and shalom to those of Yasharallah seeking the truth, seeking righteousness, and hoping for edification. All right, today, we're going to go into woe is that man. I want to start off with Habakkuk 2 and 12. It goes, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establisheth a city by iniquity. So woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establisheth a city by iniquity. Now, a lot of, especially when you're in Christianity, you hear that, and you always think of that in like a singular term, because they always want you to focus on yourself. When you're in the church, you're like, what are you doing? A lot of things is definitely you have to focus on yourself. But, they removed the whole concept of a nation, This is something that you can do personally. I mean, I guess you can. One man can't really build a town, okay? So this is talking about a nation of people. In order for you to build a town and really do that, take down a whole town, even the sons of Jacob, when those Hamites raped Dinah, they took down a town. It was 10 of them. So, it really is not, one man's not going around here taking down a town. And that's what Christianity always does. Whenever they read a scripture like that, they really only focus on the individual, but because they really want to remove the whole concept of a nation, because they don't want you to start looking like what nations are around, what nations, what's going on with these nations, who are the nations. And we know, if you've been in Shu for a while, we know who this woe was going on to. This woe was going on to Esau Edom. He's known. It's the red horse now. He's known for his bloody ways. His gift was a sword, and he needed that gift. Believing that, when he went on to Isaac and he begged for one blessing, Isaac was like, pretty much, man, I only got one more thing I can give you. There's only one opening. He went for a job, you know what I'm saying? He's like, man, I only got one opening left. And that opening is the sword. He's like, man, you want it? Man, he said, man, I'll take it. That's the only thing he got. It's the only thing he can get. He said, well, everything you're gonna get, you're gonna get the fatness of the land, but you're gonna get it. You have to use a sword. And of course, he's gonna need that sword, because what he wanted to do was take away the blessing of Jacob. Jacob was given, what did Isaac say? I've already gave him everything. I gave him all his brothers as a servant, and I gave him the whole earth. So if you want something, the only thing I can give you is a sword, and believe me, you're gonna need to use a sword if you want to go take. Because I know he knew what was in his heart. He wanted to go take the blessing away from Jacob, and in order for him to do that, he wasn't gonna be able to do that with just by asking for it. He's gonna have to take it by force, and he's gonna need that sword to accomplish the desires of his heart. Because Isaac pretty much, he saw what the desires of his heart, what he came for. He wanted that. He wanted to put his brother to death for taking his blessing. So, Esau needed that sword, because what did he do? He went and took our inheritance. He said, ask of me and I'll give you the heathen as your inheritance. And that day, Jacob received the inheritance as the heathens. He received all his brothers and everything as his servants. And in order for Esau to ever even taste of that blessing, he needed that sword. Because that's what he's done to all you Moabites and you Ammonites and Elam. And you're in the system now. You got a smile on your face. You know, you got that tie around your neck and you got that suit on. But believe me, in order for you to get to that point you are, that sword had to be, you had to taste that sword. Because, you know, they didn't want to let go of their heritage. But by the use of iniquity, which is, let's see, and what is iniquity? Iniquity is immoral or grossly unfair behavior unto the nations. Esau, using his sword, has brought them to their knees and made them his servants. Look at these Moabites now. They become arguably, they could be labeled as the number one nation on earth, economic nation on earth, but they call them the number two. And you know, he went and put the sword on them when he went through the British Empire, and look at him now. You know, they are the number two economy, and they, you know, they're pretty much a servant to America. Everything they do, they prepare, they make all of our products. We made them the engine of the earth. And look at what's going on now with this coronavirus thing. Woe unto that man that Woe unto that man that buildeth a town with blood. Look at this coronavirus thing, man. 700 million people on the quarantine. And now the latest story is that even after you've overcome the infection and your body began to heal, you can still pass it on to someone. You can still pass the disease on to someone even after you no longer show symptoms. You're still infectious. So, boy, I don't know what they're going to do in China, these Moabites, boy. But, hey, y'all loved it, man. Y'all love serving this. Y'all love serving Esau, Edom, you know. You, you are our inheritance. The only person that's going to show you and teach you the right way and show you the respect that you may want on this earth is going to come through the family and the kingdom of Yasharallah. Of course, in the state that we're in now, you know, we're not in any kind of a state to have any heathen as our servant. You know, we're like the prince and the pauper now. You know, we're in a low state, but you know we're being risen back up. You know, we're in no state. In the state we're in now, we don't have the ability to have any of the heathens. Our entire inheritance has been stolen from us. That sword has worked, okay? The sword worked. He did what he wanted to do. He took all your nations and he made you his servants, but he used the sword. So woe unto that man that uses, that buildeth a town with blood. And right there, this picture right there is a picture of, those are what, you know, the natives probably look like when you touch down, you know. Now they look, of course, through rape and robbery, you know. You can't even recognize their initial state, but now they're looking somewhat, what you want to call a mixed, but of course it's nothing mixed. You are whatever your father is. So, what's the definition of iniquity? Immoral or grossly unfair behavior. You know, we don't even want to go. I mean, there's plenty of stories, plenty of lessons done on how wicked. I mean, this guy's wicked, man. This guy, the earth is given over to the wicked. This guy is wicked. Just look at what he's doing to this guy, Dwayne Wade. I mean, Dwayne Wade needs to be like, enough is enough, man. You've taken that. I mean, you gave him a couple of dollars, but he took everything from this dude. He's married to a witch, and his son is walking around with a disgusting spirit on him. I mean, I know you don't want that. I mean, if you're in the right, man, you don't even want that spirit around you, man. Your son walking around. Before he was just a dude, a little boy walking around just soft as hell. And now he talking about he want to go all the way with it. And if anyone's ever seen the movie Game of Thrones, and in Game of Thrones there was that eunuch, Lord Varys. And he was a very mysterious character. And one day he told a story about how a man using magic, took his stones, was pretty much when he made him a eunuch, and after he did it, he cut off his parts and he threw it in the fire. And that's what these people been doing. They've been passing their children through the fire. And these people, these Dwayne Wades of the world, they want they want us destroyed, man. One of the worst things you can do is pass your child through the fire. They want, I mean, as if Yasharala is in a low state enough. I mean, how much lower do you want us? I mean, if you look, I was watching it. I don't really watch TV or sports or anything. I can't stomach it. I can't even watch the game because of the daggone commercial that's coming on in between the games. But I'm watching LeBron James play the Celtics yesterday, and everything is just Dwayne Wade. Like they're trying to make this guy the face of the NBA, and this guy, what is he doing? But sacrificing his son before the entire earth. Why do they keep showing him? Every time you see him, you don't think about him. I'm thinking about what he's doing to his little boy. And I'm like, damn, this dude, Esau's wicked, man. As if we're not in a low enough state. We're in a low enough state. How much lower do you want us to go? We ain't going no lower, man. We're on our way up out of here. You're going low now. Everyone's caught on to your game. I mean, we see it. Why in the world you keep showing Dwayne Wade every time the TV's on? This dude's in credit card commercials, walking around with his wife. I mean, we can't get away from him. It's like look, this guy wants us dead, man. He's trying to fight spiritually. That's what he's trying to do. But man, Esau, you're a carnal man. Let it go. All right. Stick to the carnality because we don't caught on. Ain't no nigga respecting Dwayne Wade, all right? We've lost all respect for him. All right. Now where we going? So woe unto him that buildeth the town with blood. Now after this dude, that town, we would just say Babylon. You just say Babylon the Great, America. That's the town he built it with blood. He got here, what year? 1492. He landed somewhere around Bahamas, Columbus. As soon as he got there, he said he never put down his sword. Just turned paradise into a hell, just murdering the natives. If you look on the population now of America, what was once 100% native, I think is 0.8% now. They listed the native population. But we all know that in 1681, as the elder Malcolm states that, they made the term white in Virginia. And pretty much what they did is they combined the natives and the Negroes into one. So a lot of these people you're walking around here that's calling themselves black, they are the natives. They are actually the natives. They just lumped us all into one because that is the color that is brown, the color of brown, but they pretty much labeled all the brown people and the Negroes as black. So they want to say that the native population is 0.8%, but a lot of these Negroes around here calling themselves niggas is actually go back to the natives that were in America. But yeah, so this is the town. America is that town. So Christianity, once you think about don't build a town. No, he's talking about a nation of people. Esau, Edom. They built this town with blood. Now, let's go in there. After he built the town with blood, what did he do? Let's go to Exodus 21:16. And he that stealeth the man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. So now you don't not only have to steal a man. He said, if you steal him and then you sell him, and then, hey, even if he's found in your hand, hey, if you got him, what they say, possession 9/10 of the law, he shall surely be put to death. So we went from woe, now we going to death. So Woe is just great sorrow, distress. I mean, you're going to have distress if you build a town with blood. That wasn't good enough for this guy. After he murdered all the natives, murdered the elders, child trafficked all the natives from America to Europe to wherever, all the four corners of the earth, he had to go and he said, I'm going to go get the big dog now. He went and got the kingdom of Judah. He went through the bushes of Africa. And I don't care if you were the one that knocked him over the head and put the chains on him. He says, he that stealeth a man, selleth him. Or if he's be found in your hand, any one of those three things, you shall be put to death. And we know who he went and got. Look at this picture right here of Teddy Roosevelt, man. Look at that. Why ain't there a Chinese man by his feet? You know what I'm saying? Those are the two kingdoms that he's taken down. He took down the northern kingdom, and he took down the southern kingdom. And he got them both looking distraught. They look like they're taking everything from him. Look, everything. Everything's been taken from him. And then look who's on the horse, looking all strong. When Teddy Roosevelt, straight up, that was a little punk, man. What was this? Man, he come down off that horse, and his homeboys turn his back. There ain't gonna be nothing in the chains. Ain't gonna be nothing left of Teddy Roosevelt, okay? Believe me, he can't handle. They got him looking strong on that horse, but that he can't handle them. He can't handle neither one of them dudes walking on the side of this horse. Anyhow, he stepped down off that horse, and he ain't got that military. One of his homeboys with a gun pointed at. If he's them dudes right there, they done. Them two dudes right there done. But physically, if their mind was right, they'd pull that damn boy right off that damn horse and whoop his ass. But boy, you can look at him, see they done. Not only he got their body in chains, he got their mind chained up too, especially the Judah. He really looked done. But yeah, that's what's been going on here, man. So it's woe unto you now, buddy. That distress, you ain't been put to death yet, but you going to be put to death. But them woes is here. That coronavirus, this thing ain't going nowhere. All them suicides, this World War III, your economy's dropping, this opioid thing that ain't going nowhere. There's the complete calamity that the earth is just shaking. Water, everything's defiled. Whoa. It's complete woe upon you now. So, with that, we'll go ahead and end it. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makakadash. Honors to those I've learned from. Double honors to their teachers. And Shalom to those of Yasharallah seeking truth, seeking righteousness, and hoping for edification. Shalom.